Right, everybody, welcome along to the Legit Crypto Lounge, the place that brings real projects with real people together. Thank you for joining today's AMA with the team behind Reward Miner. In terms of the structure for the next hour, we'll find out more about the team in terms of their background and experience. We'll go into detail about the project itself and its numerous utilities in this case. We can have a run through the tokenomics and then go through the pre-launch and launch details as well. So before we actually go into detail about the project itself, it'd be great to understand more about the team behind the token. So Luke, if you wouldn't mind giving us a quick intro in terms of you and your team, background, area of expertise, that type of thing, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure, no worries. So I'm an Aussie boy on the East Coast in Newcastle. So a number of our team are in Australia. So Drew, our chief technology officer, who I've known quite well and worked with Drew, for a mining technology company called LoadScan, where I've just sort of resigned to sort of focus on this project full time. Andrew Rouse is also an Aussie lad. He's a really, really high caliber team member who, his family own a large mining service, contracting company, and he runs his own mining equipment technology business that focuses on, delivering, fleet management and truck optimization services into mining companies. And he's also a board member of Osmine, which is Australia's largest mining company and mining, technology equipment provider, membership body. We've got Nicola, who is our PR person. She's really, really strong in the media space and be working with us on a lot of our editorials and really, networking, within, the media industry. We've also got Steve Stokes, who's got also a Newcastle lad. I actually, funny enough, we've sort of flipped seats. I've worked underneath Steve when I was working for Optus, and fantastic, manager and tremendous leader. His soft skills are probably, the best that I've ever been. I suppose a pleasure to really as an employee. But he's got a really, really strong media background in radio and TV, spanning over 30 years. So, he's going to really be, from a networking and marketing standpoint, really, really valuable to us. So we've got, some really, really good, people that are within the project. We've got James Anderson, a Sydney lad. He's going to be heading up the Reward Miner ICT, IT and communications division. He's owned in the past two very, very successful Commander business dealerships, which is a large telecommunications and IT provider here in Australia. So his experience in driving and operating Reward Miner ICT is going to be fantastic. Who else have I covered? We've got Waka and Ali, who are both in Pakistan. So, those guys are going to be heading up Reward Miner Galaxy, which is our a consolidated shopping cart, which will largely initially be dropship products, But then we'll be, I guess expand to, once we have the multi-level marketing framework in place, will actually be I guess onboarding, external business, products and services to be sold, like on RM Galaxy. Arbus or Ali, he'll be heading up like RM Digital Me, which is a full stack digital service agency that'll be specializing in delivering websites, logo branding services, videography, copywriting, social channel management. Like pretty much anything digital. Ali will be able to understand and identify, customer requirements, and then hand it over to, a fully established team of an existing business that will be delivering that work. Who else have we got in that? So Reggie is a guy that I've engaged, who I met on Telegram. He's a phenomenal artist, and he's going to be, tackling. So we've procured him to do 377 NFTs for us, which will be a limited edition collection that will be released each day from like over the first 12 months, and like from our public launch. And there'll be competitions daily for our investment or our investors or holder community to win those NFTs. Those NFTs will be, miner, focused on our, Mick the Miner mascot, but with different themes. So we'll have like, a hippie miner, or, like a punk miner, a rapper miner, a partners focused miner. Maybe, Legit Crypto Lounge, like, will have its own like miner, reward miner NFT if we, continue to do some work with you guys. So that'll be like a really, really fun concept, and be a great reward to like our community, like within, the reward miner project. All the challenges are going to be largely focused and revolve around, community engagement, spreading, the word, and, telling, I suppose, success stories and, personal testimony of, people's results, like in the reward miner coin. At the end of the 12 months, there's going to be a vote of, that'll be decided by our investors, of 12 of the most popular of the 365 NFT collection, and we'll develop an enhanced versions of those NFTs, and we're going to auction them off. Now, the proceeds of the auction are actually largely going to be provided to Spywolf to support their Scam Survivors charity initiative, which is a fantastic initiative that they're running for people that have been obviously the unfortunate victims of scamming shitfuckery in this industry. Dave, he's a man. I love this guy. Like he absolutely like bewilders me how good he is. Like he might look like he's 12 in this photo, but he is like the smartest guy like I've met in the crypto space. Like some of the work that he's been doing for us in the background, like with, and this is like one of the, I suppose, the scoops, so to speak. It's not something we've talked about to date. Like I've mentioned it to some people, like within our investor community, but here it is. Dave has actually built us multi-chain swap capacity. So day one, reward miner will not only be able to be swapped and bought with BNB or Binance Smart Chain, but you'll be able to purchase reward miner with Ethereum, Avalanche, and Matic Polygon.
Oh, nice.
So day one will have, access to, wider customer base, and it'll be a lot easier for people across all blockchains to transact with reward miner coin project. Um, Back on me, and I guess my sort of story is that it, like I'm from Australia. I'm a dad of three, so two girls and a boy, for 14, 13 and 12-year-olds. So it all sort of happened quite quickly. I got into crypto just over 2 years ago, and I was kind of very, very lucky, I guess, and I've been extremely blessed by crypto, and it all could have turned out a lot differently. I invested late 2019 $75,000 into crypto, and when I say investing, I say that loosely because more I was gambling rather than investing because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was like chasing candles, like, things would pump. I go, oh, I've got to get on that. I've got to get on that. And then you'd jump on it and then everyone's sold and then you'd end up hanging yourself. So I did that for, a couple of weeks. About 3 weeks in, I got dusted. I had a wallet that got dusted and I lost $60,000 of my 75 grand.
Ouch.
From a compromised wallet. And for 2 weeks, I didn't tell my missus because she would have killed me, like literally killed me. And I was so ashamed and embarrassed. I walked around in a complete haze for 2 weeks, just feeling sick in the stomach. And through chance, like I met a guy by the name of Dave. I don't know his last name, but he has been a mentor to me for the last couple of years. And he basically felt sorry for me, like, and wanted to help me. And he basically took the task of mentoring me and teaching me everything I needed to know. He taught me, about 50 and 200 day, moving averages, how to, analyze like crypto charts. He allowed me and helped me network with a number of trading communities or trading groups that he was involved in, which has been enormously beneficial, because crypto, I think, done well is done in teams, and really, I guess, leveraging other people's thoughts, and I guess doing sort of joint due diligence, and getting to know projects more intimately. And yeah, like I went from 75,000, I'd already lost 3 grand by that stage, so down to 12,000, and he basically assisted me, build myself back up to where before Christmas I had like a crypto portfolio of just over $1.4 million. And now it's back to about 800 because everything has cracked itself. But still, like, I am absolutely so blessed, like, to have, I guess, rubbed shoulders with this guy. And I want to, I guess, pay it forward to a large extent, like, because the whole thing could have turned out very, very differently for me. Like, if I had not been lucky enough to have, like, some of my crypto or money in a different wallet, like when I got dusted, I would have left the crypto industry and I would have been a massive detractor of crypto. I would have been one of those ones that have said, oh, crypto is just scam central, don't touch it. And I would have been bagging crypto till the cows come home. Alternatively, I'm actually very much the opposite. I think that crypto is probably the most powerful investment vehicle like that exists, provided that you have, I guess, an education of crypto and an understanding of how to protect yourself from a privacy, and security standpoint. There is no other financial product out there that beats crypto, like from a return perspective. Because I mean, if you look at, cash term deposit, at the moment you'll invest $1,000 into a term deposit with a bank, you might end up with like $22 interest by the end of the year. You know, if you invest $1,000 into shares, like with, I guess share dividends, like you have to invest a massive amount of capital to actually even get to a point where you can actually replace your income with share dividends or cash of in like, passive cash flow, like from like traditional stock market investment. Where with crypto, with the wealth of reward-based coins that are I guess are out there now, which has really been, I suppose, this whole industry of reward-based tokens has really been built on the success of Evergrow, which is a fantastic project and one that, like, I'm personally an investor and I made an absolute fortune out of Evergrow. In large part, like, this project is possible because of Evergrow, because I liquidated some of my Evergrow holdings to actually invest in building this token. So, I think that Evergrow is an amazing, I guess, project. I think that it will continue to be. Absolutely crypto positive. You've got to give credit where it's due. I think the leadership that, Sam Kelly has shown on Evergrow has been fantastic. And if I'm half the CEO that he is, I'm confident that we will do well. But I mean, the beauty of, I guess, reward-based tokens is that, and it kind of eliminates a lot of the fear and innuendo that, I guess, is of, a lot of the time spooked in, I guess, the external crypto space to sort of, I guess, deter people from investing in crypto, because people's biggest risk is that, crypto is so volatile, right? So that you've got to time your entry point so that you're buying low so you can sell high. But the thing is that with reward-based tokens, that's not even the case. You don't even need to worry about too much about buying low and selling high, because it doesn't matter whether the project is going like up or down. All that really matters is that there's a steady flow of trading volume in the project that you're invested in, because that's what pays you your cash flow ROI against, your initial capital investment. Obviously, buying low is, better, because it means that you get more tokens that will give you a larger share of those rewards. But it's not mission critical like it is with, I guess, other projects where, there is no way to actually make money on them unless you're buying low and then obviously selling at a higher rate down the track. So, yeah, I mean, that's really, I guess, the key focus of what we've looked to do with Reward Miner Coin, is build a project that can actually support, to large part, its own weight and chart like trading volume, so that we can provide more reliable trading volume and rewards to our holder communities. And we're going about this and building a number of different avenues or ways that we're going to deliver that trading volume, which I'll talk about obviously later. But yeah, that's like a bit of I suppose a story of, I guess, my background and how it all could have turned out very differently had I not met Dave and he teach me actually how to do this thing. Because, yeah, I mean, like, you've got to see, I guess, the silver lining and misfortune sometimes. Had I not been dusted, I am absolutely confident that I probably would have lost the 75 grand anyway, because I was so fucking nowhere that, like, doing what I was doing, that, like, yeah, I would have kept on doing, trying to chase the next big thing, and probably got honeypotted or, rug pulled on a project and ended up with no money regardless. And I've been, you've got to take the good with the bad. Like, I've been rugged a handful of times. I've done very well on projects, a handful of times. And, I guess the challenge is these days is that, you call yourselves, I guess, the legit crypto lounge, right? But don't you think it's becoming a lot more difficult to actually identify legit projects? because even projects that do go through, I guess, KYC certificates and so forth, it doesn't even seem to worry them. Like they still rug, they still claim, they've been hacked or whatever. Like, and even some of the more legit looking projects turn out to be like nothing more than, I guess people trying to stitch people up.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely become a lot more difficult nowadays to be able to accurately say whether a new token to the market is a scam or not, because these scammers are becoming better and better each day, and their products or fake products are becoming that good that you can't tell it apart from anybody else. Like the website's looking amazing, like you're saying about KYC. I think that's we found more recently that's why companies like Presale have been getting a lot of hate, because KYC means nothing. You need way more than that nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I got rugged on Eurise, and that Eurise project, like I was so bullish on. I was their top holder. Like I had probably 30 or 40% more tokens than anyone else invested, and like it was paying like USDT, like reflections, and like for a time, like I went well in it. But then the devs, I guess unlocked their wallets, and like they pulled the pin and we were done. And I got reamed like, for 30 grand. I got some money out, like, but it was, obviously a fraction for what I invested. But yeah, that project looked absolutely Mickey Mouse. I was shocked. I could not believe it. So yeah, I mean, then they got, I guess, KYC, I think by Interfi, like network. And, I tried to sort of, get the details and so forth. And, Chris did pass them on. But, what you can actually do from that is very limited, really.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
Everyone talks about getting like KYC and all this sort of thing. Oh, don't invest in a project like with KYC. But even if you know who they are, like if you can't actually really litigate them properly and make them pay, what's the point?
Yeah, I hear you. It's true. So for yourself, then you mentioned that you got into the industry in 2019, and then you had a couple of issues, and you managed to bring it back and become successful in the space in terms of your investments and stuff. So, and you mentioned that you're now not in your job anymore, so you're in this full time. How long have you been in crypto full time? And it was it to specifically?
I resigned at the end of Jan. So both Drew and myself, like Drew's still working for Load Scan, and I knew that this wasn't a project that I guess I could operate as a side hustle. It's just too involved, and because obviously I'd invested so much capital in it myself, like it would be silly for me to try and do it half-assed. So it needed my full focus. So I threw away a $150,000 per annum plus commission mining BDM job to focus on developing this project.
Right, so there's some commitment for you. And so did this project start in January then?
We incorporated Reward Miner Proprietary Limited in December, but this project has been, I guess, being built and planned for 12 months.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
It's just very much ramped up, I guess, over the, I suppose the last 6 months in particular. I mean, the guys that are involved are all crypto investors themselves. I mean, some of them, I've actually worked with in a sort of, I guess, a customer account manager, I suppose, relationship where when I was actually working in the ICT industry, selling, unified communications and, IT software and management services, I actually looked after their businesses as an account manager, or I was their BDM, and build really, really solid relationships with them. And these guys have actually, come into the project as partners, because I mean the businesses. What I want to make really, really clear to everybody, like, because they're probably like looking at Reward Miner and going, okay, well, like it's a hard task, like kicking off one business, let alone 7, right? Now, there's no way in hell that we would have the capacity or the ability to kick off and manage effectively 7 brand new businesses off the bat. It's madness. No one could do it. Like, they might try, but it'd be a half-assed job, and if they were actually doing the work. But what's happening here is that we've built relationships with existing businesses that have got established headcount that we're going to be working with to deliver the products and services that we're going to be, I guess, advertising or, I guess, promoting, like within the Reward Miner coin ecosystem. So at least initially, what's going to be happening is that we're going to be building an audience, largely driven by the multi-level marketing agent framework, where we hope that we get to, I guess, critical mass with a lot of agents that are, promoting the products and services and actually consuming them as well, because by onboarding into the multi-level marketing framework, you actually get the ability to get the discount that you would earn in commission for like products and services that you procure yourself. So if there's a business out there that onboards into the multi-level marketing framework that want their website redone, then they can engage Reward Miner Digital Me, get their website and their logo, refreshed, and get a 20% rebate paid back to them, and Reward Miner Coin is going to pay them passive income in BUSD. So we're looking, for our agents to also be customers. If they're an agent and they are in the market for a TV or a fridge, and their products that we are offering on Reward Miner Galaxy, we would love for them to buy that fridge or TV on Reward Miner Galaxy, and they would get a 20% rebate, like in Reward Miner coins, for purchasing that TV and fridge on Reward Miner Galaxy.
So when we look at your utilities and like you had mentioned just then, Galaxy, in terms of products and stuff, would they pay for products using your native token?
No, they would pay using fiat.
Yep.
But any traffic, like, so when a multi-level marketing agent onboards to the multi-level marketing framework, like they get registered and they get, like, I guess, their own back office, which tracks like all of their commissions and and their team that they have, they eventually will onboard underneath them, they'll earn, I guess, a level 1 commission override on any promotion that they've done that leads to sales revenue generation. They'll get their own landing page of all of our websites. So when they're promoting like our ecosystem online, then they will have, like, anyone that clicks on I guess that URL, if they make any purchases like using that URL, then any revenue that's generated from that will be attributed and paid commission to that agent. So yeah, like the way that we've structured the commission, and I'm talking further down the line, like, because it is a little bit more difficult to get this one done, but we've made the commission like 20% upfront, like for a direct seller or buyer, and 10% for the tier one override, because eventually we do want to, I guess, get to a point where you can use reward miner coin tokens to purchase products and services, like within the reward miner coin, I guess, ecosystem. As I said, it's a little bit more challenging than what we anticipated. So we're not there yet, but it is, I guess, long-term where we want to go. The reason for the 20% is that obviously there is 20% buy and sell taxes, like for reward miner coin. Mm-hmm. So if they're using a reward miner coin to purchase products and services within the ecosystem, they're going to get slugged a 20% tax on the tokens that they use. Now, because if they're MLM agents and they're getting a 20%, I guess, commission, then that basically offsets the 20% tax that they're being slugged to actually use the reward miner coins. So, and the beauty of, I guess when we do get there is that creates two lots of volume for when the tokens are sold to purchase, project utility ecosystem products and services, and trading volume like generated when reward miner coins are purchased to pay commissions for that, I guess, revenue generation. So we're really, really keen to get there, but yeah, it's not somewhere where we're at the moment.
Okay.
But people will be able to use fiat currency to purchase products and services like within the reward miner ecosystem.
Yeah. And the MLM side of the business, do you have experience in that?
Yes, I was a Herbalife distributor at one point. To be honest, I made more money selling business builder leads than what I did like Herbalife shakes. But I do have, I guess, I suppose, exposure or sort of a firm respect of network marketing. I think that network marketing, gets sort of thrown or dragged through the mud a bit because there are sort of obviously pyramid schemes, but not all network marketing opportunities are negative. And I think that word of mouth advertising that is based on personal testimony and your own success is the most powerful form of marketing there is. And that's really what network marketing is about. Using your network and sharing opportunities with people that you yourself have got.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, for sure.
If we can deliver the results to our multi-level marketing agents and results to our investor community, then people are going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their family, because, unless they're pricks, they want other people to enjoy it too. So it's all about us delivering value first, extracting value later. So, and that's the very, very reason why there are so many ways that we are rewarding holders within this project. Yeah. Because we want you guys to be like freaking stoked, and be telling everybody, we're going to have a rewards dashboard day one. So everyone can screenshot their BUSD rewards that they earn. And, I guess provide evidence of, the level of success that they're getting. And, that stuff's powerful. That's what was the basis for Evergrow's success. Do you not agree? Mm-hmm. Their rewards dashboard, everyone was screenshotting that shit everywhere. Because, they developed a really, really solid project that was delivering people tangible results, and people just wanted to tell everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I think because we've had quite a lot of rewards tokens come in to our AMA lounge and stuff, and increasingly it's become obvious that obviously it's based on volume, and once that drops off, people stop getting excited and stuff, which is why looking at your website and your white paper and stuff, there's a lot of utilities behind it that can back it up and help sustain that longer term and keep that volume up and stuff. So do you want to take us through some of these utilities? And am I right in thinking that the business ecosystem will be ready at launch as well, or is that coming later?
Yeah, no. So we're basically in the process of like I guess procuring all of the websites now, like for each of these business modules. The only one that we have, I guess, concerns that we might need to delay and we might not get to before launch is Teach Me Now Academy. And that's not really, I guess, through, I suppose, fault of, I guess, delays in the website delivery. It's more so about challenges what we've had in onboarding and assembling, I guess, the trainers and coaches to deliver the foundation course content that will be delivered, like, you know, within that catalog, like for launch. It's been a lot more difficult than what I anticipated, getting those coaches and trainers on board. Like we're giving them an absolutely phenomenal deal. Like they can deliver or, you know, socialize their course and coaching content on Teach Me Now for a zero upfront cost. They only pay us a 30% commission on any revenue we deliver them and a $10 US per user enrollment fee. If we don't deliver them any revenue or any customers, they don't pay us zip. Like they get free exposure, you know, for nothing up front. But the issue that we've had is that people have very, very strong opinions on multi-level marketing and people have very strong opinions on crypto. And people are fearful of what they don't understand. And we're mixing both of them. So you can imagine the struggle, the challenge that I've had in, I guess, talking to some of these very conservative coaches and trainers, and getting them to work with us. So we're strategizing how we get around this. But yeah, out of all of the project utilities, the only one that is at risk of not being launched before we launch the token would be Teach Me Now. So full transparency, we're working on it. We're trying as hard as we can, but we've hit resistance that we didn't expect on that one.
Okay, the academy itself, is that going to be crypto focused, or
so we will have crypto like content. So we're talking to a couple of different, I guess, people, you know, that are, I guess, seasoned crypto investors to put together, I guess, crypto course content on like blockchain and, you know, I guess, you know, privacy and security and like just general education stuff. We're also deploying like within Teach Me Now a crypto sort of trading like group membership, which will be about, you know, I guess, you know, networking within other, I guess, crypto investors, and, you know, there'll be like newsletters and crypto signals and, you know, just a whole lot of different content about the industry. So yeah, look, we're working hard to try and get that one sorted, but, you know, we don't want to just launch it with crypto, like, of course. And I suppose we could, you know, just launch it with, I guess, crypto, of course, but I guess the desire was to have a number of different categories like health and wellness, you know, fitness, like business coaching, photography, cooking, you know, nutrition, you know, it's a whole swag of different types of, I suppose, saleable commodities, or I suppose, you know, content that people are interested in, that, you know, we would be using to draw people in to, I guess, training environment, to consume those like products, or those training products and coaching products, which also gets them a foot in the door to be socialized about the crypto industry and the reward miner coin. Because that's the one thing that I see that most projects fail to do. They're all pitching to the same people.
Yeah.
They're all pitching to the existing crypto pool. Now, like the crypto industry is like a piss in the ocean compared to the wider global economic industry. So if you're only focusing on the same stuff or the same people or the same investors, that industry is not going to grow. Now, there are people outside of that like pond that are crypto curious, but they don't know how to actually, they don't understand crypto, they don't know crypto, they don't know how to do it safely. Like they've heard all the negative bullshit that's perpetuated in the media, and they don't make the first step because they don't want to get scammed, they don't want to lose their money, they don't want to feel foolish. And all we have to do is actually make that transition easier for them, and we would grow the crypto industry tenfold very quickly. So that's what Teach Me Now is really about, building a community that gives them a soft foot in the door that helps them transition into being a crypto investor.
Yep. Yeah, makes sense. And just looking from an investor's point of view, you mentioned that the person offering the courses will get 70% and reward miner will get 30%. Is there any benefit to the investor in the chart of that 30%, or is that your fee? Is that how you make money from this ecosystem?
Well, the 30% is to basically pay the multi-level marketing agent commissions.
Okay.
So tier one, like the direct seller, get 20%, like the override seller get 10%. So that's 30%. So we need to take at least 30% margin, like to cover the commissions that we're going to pay out in reward miner coin to the multi-level marketing agents. So 100% of that 30% is actually going to hit the chart.
Right. Okay.
Because it's going to be purchasing reward miner coins that are going to be paid to the people that are promoting those course and coaching programs. The $10 USD like enrollment fee, like that doesn't get funneled back into the coin. That's to cover the physical, I guess, the hosting and the back end systems costs. Right. But the 30% commission is going to be attributed to trading volume.
Nice. Okay, so that's good. So every time there's a buy, it goes into the chart, and then even if obviously the sales staff will take it out as payment, won't they? But that'll create a sell, which is just all about volume and helping it with the reflections, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. And that's the onboarding, I guess, pitch that we've been using for Teach Me Now, like for the trainers, is that for 6 months you can advertise your course. Like we'll help you with onboarding, won't cost you a cent. It's your IP, it remains your IP. Like we don't take that off you, but for 6 months we'll promote your course, and we're going to be investing a lot of money in SEO and, you know, building a lot of presence and awareness of Teach Me Now and all of our, you know, project utility ecosystem businesses. But we'll promote you. We will get you in front of a global market to enjoy your services. You pay nothing. You only pay if we give you customers that are buying your product. So they dictate their own price. So if, you know, they're currently charging $1,000 for their course, then they continue to charge $1,000 course. They're just paying a marketing cost of 30%. So if, you know, someone buys, we deliver them someone that buys that course, we take $300, they get paid $700, happy days. They're going to have to be doing marketing of some form or another elsewhere anyway. So that's not really, I guess, an unfair request. Now, after 6 months, they've got two choices. They opt to either continue to, like, I guess, promote their courses on Reward Miner, Teach Me Now Academy, and they will need to onboard as multi-level marketing agents to be able to do that. Now, to onboard into the multi-level marketing framework, it's $1,000 USD cost, which you get a 50% rebate of that $1,000 paid back to you in reward miner coins. So you become an investor and you get passive income off those holdings. So immediately you become an investor in the reward miner coin project by being a multi-level marketing agent. So they have to onboard into that multi-level marketing agent framework to continue to host their courses after that initial 6 months. If they decide that they don't want to, then we give them back their course material, we take them down off the course, we shake hands, and they walk away. Like,
Okay.
no dramas there. So, like, I have been really, really shocked, to be honest, that people haven't been as, I guess, excited to get on board as what I thought they would be.
I guess it's early stages, isn't it? It's difficult when they've not got anything in front of them to show, you know, what the potential is at the minute.
Yeah.
If they, you know, if you'd been going 6 months and people were making a lot of money out of it and stuff, then they'd obviously jump on board, wouldn't they? It's just getting that traction in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, it's always hard, you know, I guess scary being the first one. You know, like a lot of people that are investing in now, like private sale and priority pre-sale, like, you know, like it's a risk, right? Like, 'cause they don't know me. Like, they don't know that, you know, they're not sending their money for me to piss off with. Like, so it is scary to be the first. So, like, I totally get it. But their level of risk is only time expense. Like, it's the time that they would invest in working with us to onboard their course and coaching content onto the Teach Me Now Academy site. Outside of that, they have absolutely zero risk.
Yeah. So let's move on to some of your other utilities and stuff. Because I feel like there's a lot to go through, and we're already almost an hour into it.
For 3 hours.
so like maybe just do a brief overview of the rest of the utilities and like what are you most excited about with these utilities? Which ones do you think?
The one that I'm really, really excited about, and one that we're actually looking at launching reasonably soon, like our first event, is Moonshot Events. So Moonshot Events, like a buddy of mine actually developed helped develop a best of breed, like expo style online events platform, right? Now this thing is like absolutely incredible. But it has a virtual presentation stage. It has virtual exhibition booths. It has like, you know, inbuilt chat and like poll facility. You can like, you know, have handouts and downloads. The website isn't actually completely finished as yet. Like, this is still, you know, the pages and content is still being built out, but it'll give you a bit of an idea. But it is basically like a full-on online conference. You know, there's like networking lounges where people can sit down and actually, you know, chat about, you know, different topics and so forth. So we're going to be selling this platform as a bespoke events management platform to businesses. We're going to be focusing on the area where we've got the majority of like mine or the project team have got the majority of our own network, which is the resource construction industry and the mining sector. And we're going to be running our own events. Now, one of the signature events that we're going to be running is Moonshot Pitch Battles. Now, this is a really, really cool format that I'm so excited about. What it'll be essentially a pitch battle of, or I guess a more expansive AMA. So like this one, but instead of just having me as a reward miner, you've got 5 other different projects that are pitching their why invest with us, I guess, value proposition to a larger and more engaged I guess, attendance of investors, and we'll have panelists that will grill these projects and, I guess, ask all the hard questions. So they'll get like a 15-minute presentation, like sort of, I suppose, an elevator pitch. They'll get grilled on certain items, like, of that elevator pitch. Then investors will be able, will have the opportunity to jump into virtual exhibition booths and actually, have one-on-ones with the project team and ask questions and intimately get to know these projects better. We're going to have guest speakers and, event sponsors that, I guess offer different products that are, I suppose, focused on the crypto industry. We've personally become distributors of SafePower, which is a fantastic hardware wallet, and they're going to be annual sponsors for the Moonshot AMA pitch battle format. So they'll be having in event web banner advertising in our platform, and people will be able to find out more about SafePower as a hardware wallet solution. And they'll be doing presentations inside the events as well. Infinity 22, which is our CFO or outsourced accounting firm, they're a crypto focused or specialist and for crypto accounting. They're going to be sponsors for the AMA pitch battle format as well. So anyone that I guess is not 100% on, what their obligations are from a tax standpoint, or projects that are looking to, be compliant from a tax standpoint so that, they don't get their asses handed to them later, when regulations inevitably come in. They'll be a good source of information for people. They've been phenomenal for us, setting up all of our organizational structure and the foundation for our DAO and the development company and holding companies. But yeah, really excited on Moonshot pitch battles in particular.
Yeah,
so people
I think
will be
that's
able
a fun concept, and I think people definitely get some really good engagement. People will get behind that. It's exciting to see different tokens in a short period of time. People can really make a judgment on that, especially if you've got a panel like you said. That could be a great way of getting people to understand tokens quickly, but feel like they're understanding ones that are legit as well. Are you going to be doing checks in the background before you allow these tokens to come on board? How's that going to work?
Yeah. So we're gonna be, I guess, vetting the projects that I guess present on the Moonshot pitch battle platform. So we'll be working with Spywolf and Identify for KYC and audits of projects that come into the to pitch their value proposition within Moonshot events. If you don't have an audit and KYC done, we won't have you on board. So that's a minimum requirement, first and foremost. But we want to actually partner with guys AMA channels like you, Mark, where we can actually promote your community and products and services, and you can actually offer Moonshot pitch battles as a value-added service, and you guys be a reseller of us. So yeah, we're keen to sort of build more relationships with AMA bodies, so that we can provide mutual benefits to one another.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, would definitely be interesting.
Possibly, you guys could be involved as panelists. You do this, quite frequently. So, maybe that's an opportunity where you guys can be involved in the format in that regard.
Yep. Yeah. Sounds good to me. I understand you've got quite a few partnerships, haven't you? Like you said, with the accountancy firm, with the audit firm stuff. How did you build those relationships? How did those partnerships come about?
So I'm a really large investor of Spywolf. I got into Spywolf pretty much at launch. Fantastic project. Um, got a massive amount of emotional capital in that project because I really believe in what they're doing. The team are fantastic. So that one immediately made sense. It was the first one that I sort of started talking to. We immediately, I guess, had some really good synergies because we both, I guess our end goal was the same as one another's, and I wanted to. I mean, I'm not a blockchain dev, and to be honest, a lot of the actual technical blockchain stuff, it goes over my head. Like I can't write code. I'm a sales and marketing guy. Like my strong points are commercial positioning. Like I've done, sales and marketing and business coaching, for businesses that are really good at, have really great products, but have no idea how to promote themselves and develop funnels online and convert leads once they have them. So that's my, I don't know, my passion. Like I'm a bit of a weird cupcake. Like I eat, live and breathe like commercial positioning. Like I'm fascinated by the way that businesses attract customers, good and bad, and how they engage with the people that, they want to do business with. And yeah, like my head just, goes a million miles an hour with ideas and the way best to do business, that delivers, I guess, long-term sustainable results. But the partnership with Spy came about from me being an investor, and like I knew that I couldn't do this project alone because I was nowhere like on the blockchain side, and I needed someone that I could trust, and I trusted them. I had a relationship and good rapport with them. They are the anti-scam token, for God's sake. So, there's trust there too. Their audits and blockchain security is probably the best in the BSC. And yeah, I just like the guys. So that partnership was the easiest decision I've made to date, like in, I suppose, my role as CEO for Reward so that partnership has really evolved. Like we've invested heavily in Spywolf token. We're going to continue to do so. So the Reward Miner Coin project has a 12 trillion token wallet, like in our contract, which will earn BUSD rewards. And the BUSD rewards earned off that wallet will continue to invest in Spywolf token. So we will assist them grow as they will assist us grow. So that will be an ongoing relationship. All those tokens that we buy will be held and will be held for as long as that working relationship continues. The rewards that are earned off those in BNB that are earned off those Spywolf tokens will be reinvested into Reward Miner Coin. That will drive trading volume in Reward Miner Coin and will, be like invested, primarily in the BUSD promotions like wallet allocation, which will boost monthly holder like prize pool airdrop rewards and boost and fast track token burn. So we've got a number of these relationships, like with different projects where we've got the same relationship or same arrangement in place, where we're actually going to continue to invest in them, but then the rewards that we earn back from that investment, we're going to funnel into our own project, which is going to pay our investor community and solidify, trading volume and, provide more stable BUSD rewards, because you need trading volume that's going to come from a number of different avenues. You can't just rely on the ebbs and flows and the sentiment of the crypto market, because if you're only relying on that, there are crypto winters where the money tap turns off, and if you don't have a way to deliver that trading volume externally, you're going to die.
No, it's true. It's 100% true. It is, like with these all reward tokens. If all they are is a reward token, then that's it. Once volume dies, like I said before, that's it. That's pretty much the end of the project until they get to a point where they develop the utility, which is why it's great to see you working towards getting these utilities out ready for launch, so that you can help maintain that volume.
Can you do me a favor? And this is like, once you get over the fear or risk of whether or not Reward Miner is legitimate or not, and I can prove that it is in a moment, and I will. This is a no-brainer. Like, absolutely no-brainer. Like, if you go through the white paper and you look at like the BUSD projections, like on like even meager trading volume of 100K, like BUSD, even on really, really low, I think it's like too many bloody slides in this thing.
I was looking at this earlier, so yeah, here we go.
So this here, yeah. So this I guess BUSD projection is based on like for per $100,000 US invested in each of these different, I guess, stages of our rollout. It's based on the assumption of $100,000 USD average trading volume per day over 12 months, and a $400 USD BNB value at time of launch. So basically, if you invest $1,000, for every $1,000 that you invest in private sale, if we achieve $100,000 USD trading volume over 12 months, you're going to get a 500% cash flow ROI without selling a single token on that $1,000. So you invest $1,000, you're going to get $5,111 USD paid to you in cash flow, BUSD or digital US dollars over 12 months based on those predictions. But even someone coming in at public launch that invests $1,000 and obviously buys a lot less tokens, like with their $1,000 because they're coming into the project later, are still going to see 100,000 or 100% cash flow return. If you go to the next slide, if you scroll down to the next one, it goes over like the different cash flow ROI based on these projections. But even someone buying at public launch will see 102% cash flow ROI over 12 months based on $100,000, average trading volume. Now, if you can remember, like, people that were talking about in sort of, I guess, cash term deposit land and cash flow, how much do you think you would actually need to make or need to invest in traditional shares to see $1,022 cash flow income over 12 months?
Is that a question too?
Yeah. So, I mean, would you be able to achieve $1,022 cash flow revenue on $1,000 and investing $1,000 in shares, do you think?
No, obviously not, no.
Yeah. Because the average traditional share dividend or return would be probably about 6 to 8%.
Yeah.
So on 6 to 8%, you're not making too much money on $1,000 US. On a cash term deposit, if you invest $1,000 into a cash term deposit, lock your money away in the banks for 12 months, you're probably going to get 2 to 3% if you're lucky. They're going to use your money and make a shitload of money and give you sweet fuck all back. So,
Yeah.
so once you get over, I guess, your fear of whether a reward miner is a legitimate project and I guess a safe project or not, there is no way that you can argue that this isn't a good thing. So can you Google ABN lookup, please? Like into Google.
ABN?
ABN lookup. 2 words. Yep, so click on that. Click on that top one. Now search reward miner. Okay, the very top one is Reward Miner Proprietary Limited. That is our legal incorporated entity. I've had to go through with the Australian Securities Investment Commission like a director's ID, which is better than any KYC you're going to get. If I do anything untoward, I'm going to jail. And I don't really want a boyfriend in prison. So you can be assured that we are going to be treating this project with the utmost professionalism, and that, you know, we can't guarantee like massive success, but I can guarantee you that we're not going to scam you and rug you.
Yeah. Okay. No, I get that from you anyway, and with all the team being doxed and on your website and stuff, so behind the scenes we can look into these details more and stuff. But yeah, it goes back to, like I said, you know, obviously, like you've mentioned, 100,000 daily volume equals these figures, but depending on what stage you get in terms of your investment.
Yeah, well, I mean, even like this is based on like $100,000 trading volume, right? But if you were to work these calculations based on like even a $10,000 or $15,000 daily trading volume, we still outperform traditional shares and cash flow and deposit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, our goal, our absolute like goal and objective, like, is within 12 months to have an average trading volume of $1 million US per day.
Nice. I like that. I like that target.
Which would be for a public like launch token investor would be like obviously at 1,022% cash flow ROI over 12 months for every $1,000 US they invest.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's why you've gone down the whole route of locking tokens for so long, isn't it? Because you're seeing it as an opportunity to earn passive income, like for the foreseeable. And that's what I like about it, like holding a proper solid floor, because a lot of these tokens, the pre-sale, and even private will come in and dump once they get the 3x and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I've been absolutely reamed on a handful of projects where I've come in late. I haven't been the benefactor of private sale or pre-sale or whatever, and there's been an initial launch pump. I've got my beans in as fast as I could. Like, you blink and all of a sudden you're $1,000 to 200 because everyone just crunched the price, and you're stuck in that project for 6 months, you know, hoping that the thing, like, I guess, recovers, so that you can then just, you know, break even, let alone profit. And the thing is that when those big like launch dumps happen, it kills the reputation of projects. People get sour taste in their mouths immediately. And that's not the right way to start a project or any relationship with your customers. So we wanted to make sure that when we launched that we weren't going to suffer that. So we've given private sale investors and priority pre-sale investors, which is on sale now. Join our Telegram for more detail.
Yeah, well, let's go through that now then. So in terms of the private sale, what?
Sorry.
So looking back at private and stuff, how much did you raise and through how many people?
So we raised 690 BNB.
Yeah.
So the price at private sale was 400 billion reward miner coins per BNB. There was a minimum of 10 BNB investment, maximum of 20. There's 69 wallets of 10 BNB or 4 trillion tokens that have been invested in private sale.
Okay.
Now, obviously, because public launch is effectively going to be 80 billion reward miner coins, like per BNB, like after the 20% taxes, because, final pre-sale is 100 billion reward miner coins per BNB, no taxes. Then anyone in private sale is going to get immediately like a 4x, from private sale to public launch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there would be, guys like in that fraternity that if they could sell, they would look to clean up and make some instant profits. Like why hold around? Why wait? Like, let's cash that shit in now, right? But then that's screwing everybody else. Now, priority pre-sale, which is on sale now, so private sale is locked for 2 years. So they will earn BUSD rewards off their larger holdings that they've got discounts on, through that 2-year lock period, but they're not going to be able to sell for capital gain for 2 years. So that's a lengthy, long-term commitment in the project that they've had to make in order to get that discount. So don't feel sorry for them that they can't sell for 2 years, because they're going to get BUSD rewards on their larger holding stakes. And eventually they will be able to sell. But we've got plans and we've got, structures in place that we're going to be ready for the inevitable sells and profit taking that will take place. When those wallet locks, do unlock. But we're hoping that we actually will, the people that are selling will be the minority rather than the majority, because we've actually built, a strong emotional capital in the project, with these investors where, we've delivered them results. If we're paying them really, really solid BUSD passive income, they don't have to sell. They have no need to sell, when selling would actually be kind of stupid, wouldn't it? Because all you're doing is basically killing your golden goose that is no longer going to produce you, daily rewards. So we're hoping that by the time, these guys get to a point where they can sell, we've delivered, we've more than delivered the results, that they're expecting, and they won't want to be going anywhere, because they can continue to enjoy the ride. And, the project team, their allocation or our allocation, 50% of it's locked for 4 years, and the other 50% is locked for 8 years. So, we're in this for a long term as well. And do you think I'm gonna want to sell my project team allocation if I'm getting solid BUSD, passive income? No bloody way. My long-term goal, in this project, is to build it up, build a corporation, build a really, really strong, solid foundation, and then hire a proxy CEO and take a step back, sit on a board or committee, and just be a rudder and guide the ship and, I guess enjoy retirement. That's my long-term goals. It's not, to basically cash out in 4 years or 8 years, and and walk away and leave all you guys hanging. No, like I want to keep on earning that money, like, until I'm grey, crusty, and, incapable of spending it.
And the team wallet, is that 10% of supply?
Sorry, what was that?
Is the team wallet 10% of supply?
Sorry, I didn't hear that last bit, mate.
Is my mic bad? The team wallet, is that 10% of supply?
You're not coming through.
Yeah, you're coming through fine on my end, Mark. What he asked was, is the team wallet 10% of the total supply?
Potentially.
Okay, that's fair.
Can you hear us, Luke?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
so
I was just asking, is
cutting in and out.
is the team wallet 10% of total supply?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Yeah. And so
The
looking at the
reason for that, and I have absolutely no issue saying it, is that I've dumped an absolute crap load of money into this project. Like we've paid for the bulk of the delivery items before we even, I guess took a single BNB into this project. So a lot of the BNB that we're raising are going to be used to invest in other token assets that'll give the reward miner coin an asset token base that'll pay rewards and deliver ongoing trading volume that from those rewards back into the coin. It's going to be used to give us a really, really formidable marketing war chest to really amplify our message and get, greater exposure with Facebook advertising, Google AdWords, SEO, and so forth. We're going to get a CERTIC audit, which aren't cheap. We're going to do Gollum Caesar's travel ads like crypto calls, which also aren't cheap. But then also some of it, we're going to be stockpiling and, adding, I guess, liquidity in stages over the first 12 months, but also stockpiling, I guess, some funds in order to recover our chart from any sales that happen at the end of the first 12 months when those priority pre-sale investors have their wallets unlocked, and at the end of 2 years when the private sale guys have their wallets unlocked. So there's no point saving the retail investors at public launch if all you're going to do is line them up in 12 months and 2 years' time.
Mm-hmm.
Because all you're doing is delaying the hurt.
Yes. Yeah. So just backtracking slightly, you mentioned about CERTIC audit. At launch, are you going to have the audit in place from your partner, Spywolf? Oh. Luke, I think your mic is muted. Frank, are you there?
Sorry, I got muted. Where did I get up to?
I was I didn't hear your response about the audit. So are you initially looking to get an audit via Spywolf and then CERTIC later on?
Okay, so Spywolf and Interfi have already done audits for us.
Okay.
So the reason why they're not publicized, I can shoot the links in the in the chat here, if you like.
Yeah, great.
But the reason why they haven't been, I guess, publicised on their website at present is that our contract is still in testnet. It hasn't been deployed to mainnet yet. And the reason for that is that you can't actually lock tokens like of private sale and priority pre-sale investors, like after they've already been transferred, like if the project is already deployed, like to mainnet. So what we're doing is we're waiting until we're spreadsheeting all of the private sale investors like BNB intake and all of the priority pre-sale investors intake. And when priority pre-sale is filled, then the contract will be deployed to mainnet, which will provide, or I guess give a different, I guess, contract or a final contract address. Now, through that process, Spywolf are going to be like sending out all of the tokens, like which will be locked for the applicable timeframes, like as part of that process. And all the investors will be given the final contract code, which they can then add like in as a custom token in their DEX wallets. And all the people that have invested in private sale and priority pre-sale, when they import that token, their reward miner coins will be sitting there waiting for them. At that point, what will happen is when we've got that final contract is that the Spywolf and the Interfi guys will announce like officially on their web pages, like the audits, like for the reward miner coin project, and it will be publicized to, you know, KYC and so forth, on their websites and in their channels. So I'll send through, just give us 2 seconds, guys.
Yeah, no worries. While you're doing that, on the priority pre-sale, am I right in thinking you're looking to raise 700 BNB for that?
Yeah, that's right.
And how much have you raised so far?
300, although I've seen like a handful of emails come through while I've been on this AMA. So obviously people like what I'm copying on about.
Okay. And
we've been really encouraged, like by I suppose the level of support, like in the project, and people sort of getting behind it, but you know, not just investing themselves, but you know, I guess sharing it with their friends, and I guess in, you know, trading groups and so forth. So it's bring it really.
Yeah. And so looking forward then, when are you looking for the pre-sale and launch to take place?
So final pre-sale will happen. So once we get to the end of this priority pre-sale round, we'll deploy to mainnet. Like we'll get all of those audits like official. So this one here, hang on. I'm just about to post it in. So this is the link to the RMC Interfi audit.
Yep.
Got to grab the Spywolf one.
When we're looking at the private priority and pre-sale, was there a reason that you decided to collect in BNB rather than something more stable like BUSD?
Sorry, what was that, sorry, mate?
Was there a reason that you collected funds in BNB as opposed to something more stable like BUSD? So, as I understand it, you're not going to be looking to do the pre-sale or launch for a couple of months.
Yeah, we did get kind of hammered, to be honest. We're taking BNB, like our initial private sale got sort of decimated by BNB's value plummeting.
Yeah.
And me being, I guess, you know, I put my hand up, like I made a mistake. I should have moved it directly across to BUSD. I didn't anticipate the massive fall in BNB, and I didn't convert it across to BUSD. And yeah, it plummeted, and it basically took a massive chunk out of our ass. I've since been able to recover some of that from some sound investing in FSFX and like 80% APR staking. We've got the project actually owns like 230,000 SFX like tokens, and it's all being staked presently because we don't need the capital immediately because we've already largely paid for all the stuff that, you know, we've got in the works. So that capital is just sitting there earning 80% APR. So that will be obviously a benefit to us later. You know, in respect to marketing and supporting our chart. But I mean, the plan is deploy some mainnet, get all of our websites like complete and live. I mean, some of them are still work in progress. Like even this reward miner main website, there's still some items that need to be built in and functionality, like our DApp swap and our multi-chain, DEX aggregator, like NFT marketplace, and so forth. So those things are all sort of being worked, through at the moment. But the audits will, I guess, become official to the physical contract, like final contract address, like for Spywolf and Interfire, like once we launch the mainnet. But then we're going to take a step further by getting a CertiK audit because they're the most recognized in the business. Yes, they charge a bloody fortune, but, with that comes obviously in investors' confidence and, feelings of security. So we want to put our contract and our systems, through, the rigorous stress testing to make sure that our contract is safe and we don't have any vulnerabilities in any way. So we'll be getting CertiK to put that contract through its paces. So we'll have a CertiK audit as well.
Great.
Once we've got that and our sites are live, we'll pull the trigger on our paid advertising, which will have a significant, bank balance in there to really sort of, push our message out. And after that, we'll proceed to move into the final pre-sale. After final pre-sale is filled, we'll proceed immediately to public launch to capitalize on the momentum that we've built.
Which we'll be looking at mid-July, is that correct?
Yeah, correct. So as you can see with that roadmap, we've kind of planned this out, punch for punch for the first of the 6 to 12 months. we've unpacked this and looked at it from every which way and every different angle.
Yep. Just getting through it now. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, isn't there? A lot going on. I think probably good point at this stage to open up to some questions from the community. So if anybody's got any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask Luke.
Someone there wants to speak.
Oh, there we go. Yep. Let me just prison break if you want to unmute yourself.
Oh, hello, sir. This is my question. Regarding about the current market situation is too unstable. So can you give me some good reason why I should buy your token in this market situation?
Yes, sir. Sorry, can you rephrase that? I didn't quite get it.
He's basically saying, given the market condition, why would he buy your token?
Sorry, if you what? Sorry.
Given the market condition the way it is at the moment, why would he buy your token?
I suppose like the market at the moment is like not in the best level of health. I get it, but I don't think that that's going to be a long-term thing. You know, I'm hopeful that the Russia-Ukrainian conflict doesn't escalate and becomes a drawn-out thing. Not just obviously for the crypto industry, but because of all the people that are suffering. You know, I guess with what's happening over there. But I think that if that does, I guess, get diffused quickly, then you've seen with a lot of the money that's like come into Bitcoin as, I guess, I suppose an equity hold, because of, you know, what's being done with like weaponizing like the SWIFT banking system. I think that we will actually see a rebellion against traditional banking systems, and that crypto might actually like go into a very bullish, I guess, trend for a period of time. How long that will last, I'm not sure. Obviously next year we've got the Bitcoin halving like cycle, where there's always sort of a bit of hurt before things go ape shit. I think, you know, that will obviously be difficult, you know, and, you know, we'll need to sort of put some planning into that to try. I mean, one of the things that we're wanting to do was really sort of fast track our project utility ecosystem, you know, sales revenue generation between now and then, so that we're going to be one of a few projects that actually are impacted less. So, I mean, I don't think that the market is going to stay the way that it is. And to be honest, when you're in like a bear market, it's the best time to buy. Like I've just picked up an absolute crap load of Telcoin, Electronium, like because I'm really, really bullish and I've been on those projects like for ages. I've got like over 4 million like Telcoin and, you know, 2 million Electronium. I reckon both of those projects are probably, you know, future $1 prospects. You know, again, that's not financial advice. That's my own personal opinion. Like, but, yeah, like I picked up like massive stakes like in those for like, you know, penny stock prices. And, so the time to actually buy is like, when the market's not doing so well, because, you know, crypto's not going away anywhere. Like the market will recover, and money that you invest now is money that you, I guess, will see greater gains on down the track. So that would be my answer there, is that right now your BNB that you're exchanging for RMC is costing you a crap load less than what it would a couple of months ago. So if anything, now's the best time to buy, not the worst.
Nice. Thank you for your question, Prison Break. Hope that answers for you. It's a pretty thorough answer. Satu, I'm going to unmute you now if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask away.
Sir? Yes, this is my question. Listing on the right exchange, especially major exchange, help to increase the token price and is a form of marketing. So, where can we buy token and what plan do you have for listing on major exchange, DEX and checks? Thank you.
Sorry, I was just kind of struggling with your accents of catching. Mark, did you get that? Can you reframe?
So basically, have you got any plans to list on any major exchanges and when?
Okay, so we're talking to the guys at Reflex. Like, initially, we're not going to be like punching in on SEX because listing on centralized exchanges, like when you're a reward-based token, because most of them don't support tokenomics, always becomes a headache, right? Because then you've got different pools of like investors, like here, there, and everywhere, and you've got to like, enforce like transfer, wallet-to-wallet transfer fees and all the other bullshit, like, which I don't really like. So we are in discussions with Reflex Finance about listing on their DEX exchange. We're going to be listing on our own DEX exchange. We're going to be looking day one at being live on Wi-Fi Finance. I've also made some inquiries into listing on SafeMoon's exchange because, that has been extremely popular. We'll be obviously, going in as everyone does on PancakeSwap. So there will be a number of different avenues, like for you to, a number of different places for you to get your reward miner, I guess, hit. And that'll give us an enormous amount of exposure. We're not looking to really sort of get into, I guess, the SEX space because the investment in listing on some of the larger exchanges is quite significant. You've got prices for listing on KuCoin and Binance and, like, it's absolutely extortionate what they charge.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. They've got obviously, I guess, a very well-developed name and, large, I guess, body of investors. So they're right to charge whatever they feel is necessary. But, we will, like, definitely be pushing into, I guess, the DEX exchanges that I just mentioned. We are investigating a few others. I really like Bitmart and Indocoin. I know that EGC went really, really well, like after listing on Indocoin. So yeah, that's probably, I guess, my answer on that one. Well, we're really hoping though, to be honest, that and I think that it will see us in better stead is that personal testimony and people, I guess, talking about the wins that they're getting from Reward Miner Coin. And we're going to be stockpiling revenue, like from product, and service sales revenue purchase between when the project utilities are launched and when the coin launches. So we're hopeful that we actually make some sales and get some customers in to those businesses before launch. We're also hopeful we've got like an incentive where the first 1,000, people that onboard onto our multi-level marketing, reward miner business builder like program will get 100% offset of their $1,000 US onboarding cost. And if 1,000 of those sell, all 1,000, I guess lots of $1,000 or $1 million trading volume will be dropped in on day one of our public launch. And all of the tokens that are purchased will be then distributed equally to those 1,000 people. So, if we were to sell all of those 1,000 special, offers, then that's an enormous start. Like it's going to be a skyscraper of green that few have ever seen.
That would be huge.
So we're kind of doing some clever shit, like to prepare ourselves for success, because it doesn't just happen. I guess just because you will it on, you've got to plan for it. You've got to build the commercial framework to support it, develop it, and then execute it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. Right. Thank you for that question, Satu. Do we have any other questions? David, I know you like to get a question in normally.
Nope. I'm good. I know we're short on time and everything, so go ahead.
Cool. Okay. All right. If nobody else has any further questions, there is one more question that we like to ask here at the Legit Crypto Lounge, Luke. So I think you've already alluded to this, but it'd be good to get a definitive answer from you. So for us, the long-term success of a project can't be achieved without a clear vision from the team behind the project. So my final question is, at what point...
Again, Mark, sorry, mate.
Can you hear me okay?
Mark, can you come again with that question, buddy? I didn't catch it.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I'll keep it short. At what point does this project become a success to you?
When we're delivering $1 million trading volume that has been delivered into the reward miner coin that is based on revenue that's within the project utility ecosystem.
Nice.
That's really, I guess, the pinnacle. I want $1 million a month that is being generated by those businesses that sit underneath the reward miner umbrella, being funneled into the reward miner coin project and trading volume that is paying our stakeholders rewards, that is fast tracking and burning supply, that is fattening up the monthly BUSD promotions wallet, which is offering monthly rewards to our holders to allow them to accumulate. Anyone that's showing the project long-term commitment and ongoing support. And yeah, I mean, I obviously I want to make good money, right? Like, because this is a shitload of work. Like I've been like working 20-hour days for the past couple of months. Like it's absolutely like the workload involved in being a CEO, like for a crypto project, is off the charts. My missus wants to kill me at least 12 hours of the day.
I can imagine.
Like, because I'm so distracted and so focused on this. But obviously it's for our long-term futures, and we want to set ourselves up, and this is the way that I'm looking to do that for our personal family. But I also want to have this be like a success for everyone that supported me and backed me into this venture. I mean, a lot of the people that backed me into Presale were actually people that I met through investment in another project, actually. I'm not going to name the project because it was shit. and, and, and it was one that we regretted on investing in. Like, I personally lost 80 grand from what I originally invested in this bloody thing. Because the CEO just went MIA, and basically at the moment it's pretty much a dead duck. Like, the trading volume's like $40 a day or something. But on the people that I met from, I guess investing in that coin, they've become all friends, and they've all backed me into this project. And I want to see them kill it. I want to see the people that invested after them kill it, and the people that invested in priority pre-sale now, do really, really well. Look, hell, I'd love to do, like, it's not sort of something that sort of happens like in crypto, but hey, like, if things like smash it, like, let's I don't know, friggin' do a convention or something and do like a piss up for reward miner investors. And we've already talked about it, like, within the our project team, like the admins and so forth. Because, like, the admins that have come into to working with us, like, God, they're incredible. Like, I'm so friggin' blessed to have some of the guys that have come into the project, like, to work for us. I mean, right now they're not being paid. Like, they're doing it for the love of it. And a lot of them are a part of the private sale investor community, who are just wanting to, they believe in the project, they believe in sort of what, I guess, I'm trying to achieve, and they're just backing it, with so much effort and so much passion. And yeah, I'm absolutely blown away by the level of work that they're putting and their commitment to it. I mean, we've got our own intranet, for God's sakes. Like, we've got our own rosters. Like, our Telegram channel is like manned 24/7, and we've got our own intranet. We've got, like, all of the posts that, I guess, and the content that, the guys have sort of, busily been putting together. Yeah, like, just seeing how, I suppose, invested in that, in the project that they are, is just heartwarming, really. And yeah, I cannot thank them enough. But yeah, I mean, my end goal is to see everyone do well. Maybe we end up in Vegas at some point in 12 months' time, and we all rip it up. That would be success, in my opinion.
Yeah, nice. No, nice answer. I've noticed there's a couple more people with hands up and stuff in the community. I think at this stage, because we've gone on for quite a bit longer than it was scheduled, best thing probably to do is, if you can direct your questions to the reward miner group, and then Luke or your team can pick those up, can't they? Yeah.
I don't think my headphones are working very well. It's like, sometimes you come through really, really clear, and sometimes I can barely hear you when you cut out.
I don't know. I'm near the internet. It should be working at my end, okay. But I'll check on that afterwards. But yeah, just wanted to say thanks a lot for joining us. Really appreciate you taking us through your project, and wish you success with your upcoming sales, priority pre-sale, and launch in June, July. I'm sure we'll be keeping in touch between now and then, definitely, to see our progress.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, True, for inviting us on and giving us this, I guess, forum to discuss the project. Like, we're all, really, really passionate about, what we're trying to put together here. We are optimistic and pretty confident, really, like, that we will do well. So it's just about, I guess, getting our marketing on point now and executing the plan.
Yeah, Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Well, we'll end it there, Luke. But really appreciate you joining us. Thanks a lot,
So
mate.
I did see like a message before, mate, like about the $100. So like for the prizes and so forth. So I haven't sent that across to you yet, so I will. But what do you normally do here? Do you like have a question that we post in, like for the guys to answer, or?
Yes. So I'm just going to end the recording now for anybody that's watching on YouTube or Spotify, so that we can then do this giveaway. Bear with me a second.